Order. Senator Bernardi.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is to the Minister for Broadband Communications and the Digital Economy, Senator Conroy. I refer to the Minister's call for expressions of interest which close on the 8th of December to conduct live ISP-level internet filtering trials, preferably starting before 24 of December, and ask how many customers would an ISP need to enlist for a trial to be credible, and will the results be independently examined and verified?
The Minister for Broadband Communications and the Digital Economy, Senator Conroy.
Thank you, Mr President. Can I thank Senator Bernardi for that question, as I know that he, I think, was one of the senators who signed a letter previously supporting the proposal for ISP-based filtering, as did apparently 78 of those opposite in a letter organised by Senator Barnett on ISP filtering. But the government is committed to taking an evidence-based approach to ISP-level internet filtering. On the 10th of November, I released an expression of interest seeking participation of ISPs and mobile telephone providers in a live pilot. Applications for the EOI, as you mentioned, close on the 8th of December. The pilot may begin before the end of 2008 and conclude in the first half of 2009. So, despite those who are claiming it's going to be rushed through Christmas, Senator Bernardi, I can assure you that that is not the case. Participation by ISPs in the live pilot is voluntary. The pilot will test potential impacts of filtering technologies on internet speeds, accuracy of filters, circumvention costs and customer experiences in a real-world environment. The pilot represents an ideal opportunity to assess concerns that industry and the public may have about ISP filtering. A range of filtering solutions will be tested, including, at a minimum, filtering of the ACMA blacklist of prohibited internet content, largely child pornography. The pilot will provide evidence to assist the government with the implementation of its ISP filtering policy. I encourage all ISPs
Senator
Conroy,
to come forward. Your time has expired. Senator Bernardi.
Well, Mr President, I note that the Minister failed miserably to answer that question, which was specific in about the number of people for a trial to be credible. But I also note that in the expression of interest documents, the second stream of the trial includes the filtering of other unwanted content. And I ask the Minister if this unwanted content has actually been identified and whom has it been identified by?
The Minister.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr President, and can I thank you again for the question. At this stage, you are attempting to put the horse before the cart. What we are doing is engaging in a process with a very targeted list at the moment. The list could contain 10,000 potential, because when you look around the world and you reach out to Interpol, the FBI, Europol and other law enforcement agencies, and you look at the size of the list that they are actually using at the moment, only 1,300 would not be sufficient to cover URLs that we would have supplied to us with the purpose of blocking. So let me be clear about this. The pilot will seek to test network performance against a test list.
Order. Your time has expired. Senator Bernardi.
Well, thank you. Based on the Minister's answer, I'd suggest there's more than a horse or cart involved. There's probably a donkey as well. But considering that the Minister is only at the stage of trialling filters for his mandatory...
Resume your seat. Order. No, I'm waiting for silence, then I'll call Senator Bernardi to answer the question. Senator Bernardi.
Thank you, Mr President. I ask the Minister, considering that the stage of trialling filters for his mandatory ISP-level filtering policy is only just beginning, why is he closing the Coalition Government's free personal computer-level internet filter scheme on December 31 before having any alternative in place to assist families with online safety?
The Minister.
Look, thank you. Could I assure Senator Bernardi that he wants to grab hold of what was possibly the single largest lemon of a policy that was actually implemented by the previous government? You are welcome to it. This is a policy which saw mass mail-outs, advertising on television, millions of dollars of wasted taxpayers' money that led to an extraordinarily small number, possibly, and I'm happy to get you to confirm the exact figure, the 2%, I think, are actually still using it after all of the blather from those opposite. All of those still using it. This was a monumental failure of a policy. A monumental failure. But let me be clear, for those who are currently using it, the support mechanisms are in place and go on. We'll be taking no new applications. So that's an accurate description of what is actually happening.
Senator Lundy.
Thank you, Mr. President. My